Hi everyone, I'm Sandra, and I am truly honored to be an ambassador for the inaugural Preventative Health Awareness Month. I'm here because I'm an advocate for addiction and mental health, and my son is an addict. Over 4 years ago, my son and I started a YouTube channel, Spirit to Live, and I would love to have you join the journey with us. And with Spirit to Live, we share our journey with addiction. We started it when my son had been in recovery for 3 months, and we recognized the stigma and the shame that's attached to addiction. And when he was in the hospital overdosing numerous times, we saw how we were treated differently, and we saw how support wasn't out there for us. So over those years, we decided, you know what, we need to do something about it. I always say it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with it. And although this journey has been chaotic, I am thrilled to be sharing my story of my journey with addiction as a loved one. My son has done a number of videos with me, and you could check it out on our YouTube channel, Spirit to Live. But I've been doing the last few videos myself because he's not in a good place. My son is currently still struggling, but I am okay. I have my joy in my life. I am living my best life, although my son is struggling. Some people think, wow, how can you do that? You're a mom, your son is struggling. People say you're only as happy as your saddest child. I don't believe that. I believe that you're only as happy as your saddest child if you are codependent and addicted to your child. But I have learned over the years, I have collected a number of tools in my toolbox so that I could live my best life. Anybody that has flown on an airplane has heard, if there was something to happen, oxygen masks will drop. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first before your loved ones. Why is that? Because if you're not breathing and you're not able, you will not be able to help your loved ones. So we need to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. So that's what I've learned to do. It's been really challenging because as a mom, our natural instinct is to love, protect, fix our children, to be there to make sure everything's okay. You're living with your heart. What I've learned, and I've educated my brain, and this is where my struggle is, my mom heart and my educated brain, I've had to retrain myself. How did I retrain myself? First of all, I learned that addiction is a family disease. It does not only affect the person that's using, it affects anybody around them that loves them. They say addicts don't have family, they have hostages. So true. There was a time where I was my son's hostage. Anything that was going on in his world affected me tenfold. I wouldn't make plans, I wouldn't go out because I had to be on call in case something happened to my son. How did that work for me? It didn't. I was anxious, I was stressed. It was hard for me to cope day to day because all I did was live on the edge. I changed all that. I have gone against the grain of my motherly instinct and my heart because I've learned that when I try to fix him, first of all, I can't fix him. So when I'm trying to fix him, I am like bumping my head against a wall. I've learned through support groups, narnon.org is a great support group for any loved ones that are struggling. We learn the 3 C's. We didn't cause it, we can't cure it, and we definitely cannot control it. What can we do? we can set our boundaries. I have my boundaries set in that I don't engage in Ben's chaotic drug use. So I have my son, and then I have the addiction monster. When the addiction monster peeps its head, I do not engage, because that addiction monster gets pretty ugly. They get pretty aggressive. And I've learned not to take it personally, because that is not my son. When my son is there, I could see it. I don't ask my son, are you using? I don't ask questions anymore. There was a time I would ask all these questions, and where would it get me? It would get me in an argument. My son would become aggressive, so I've stopped asking the questions. If he's in a situation and he needs to fix it, I don't step in and fix it. I now use all my tools to get me through. The important thing here is that you are not alone. Addiction affects thousands and thousands of people. Addiction can be fatal. And as a mom, that is one of the hardest things I had to accept. Over the years, I have mourned my son, my living son. I have said goodbye to him as if it was the last time I was going to see him, because that is the reality. One of the biggest things I learned that has gotten me through all this is acceptance. I accept my son has a substance use disorder. It doesn't mean I like it. In fact, I hate it. But I accept it. I accept that addiction can be fatal, and that sucks. But I also accept that I cannot fix it. What can I do? Take care of myself. Put that oxygen mask on myself. I am worthy of having joy in my life. I am worthy of self-care. I am worthy of living my best life without guilt. These are things I've had to learn along the way. I have also learned to be mindful and in the moment, and to not get in my thoughts. Stay in the moment, stay in the reality. The reality is, yes, my son has a substance use disorder. My thoughts can take me to dark places, like, oh my gosh, what is he doing now? Is he still alive? All those thoughts are depleting. So I have learned through sitting with myself, working on myself, whether it's through meditation, taking my tools out of my toolbox, to be in the moment and know that all is good right now. A takeaway here is, with addiction, there is stigma and shame. And because of that, people don't talk about it. I have found that the more I share, the more that people reach out saying, hey, my son's an addict too. And I haven't told anybody. It's a big, dark secret. I know for me, when it was a deep, dark secret, it ate me from the inside out. Once I started sharing, like any disease, when people are sick, we share because there's the power of prayer and positive energy that you can get from other people, and the support. It takes it off your shoulders. So I'm here to share that there is no shame. I'm not ashamed that my son has a substance use disorder. He has a disease. He's sick and he needs help. And like any other disease, there are treatments, but the person has to want that treatment, like any other disease. There is hope. Where there is breath, there is hope. And I am here to share my story and let you know that There are many success stories out there, and the more we talk about it, the more awareness there is, the more support will be out there for us. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Subscribe to our Spirit to Live YouTube channel. I am open to talking to anyone. Preventative Health Month, Awareness Month. Thank you, Margaret, for allowing me to be a part of this amazing movement. Because when we take care of ourselves, that ripples out to all our loved ones. Where there is breath, there is hope. Take care, everybody. Much love.